What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have for you some exercises we love to do for hip mobility, hip strengthening, glute activation, trunk control, pelvic stability. So all of these are really important for athletes, whether it's for power production, injury prevention, even for speed. You'll see as we go on, I'll explain a little bit more, but this type of stuff is super important. So make sure you're getting these in. They're not your typical mobility exercises. These ones are a little bit more advanced and we get a little bit more dynamic with it. So hopefully you enjoy. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you enjoy. First exercise, we are going a lying leg raise. So I love doing this one for a lot of reasons. We're strengthening out the hamstring when we do this, working that hip. So we're gonna start, you're gonna lie back. Did you hear that knee crack? One leg's gonna be straight. This one going up and down just like that. So every time you go, really focus on strengthening out that hamstring. We're also working on the hips. Getting the ability to separate your legs like that, have one be in one position, one in this, is gonna be fantastic for sprinting, because a big part of sprinting in that speed is having that ability to kind of split your legs, release one while the other one's in a different position. So opening up the hips, we'll hit some more exercises like that as we go. But so we're gonna be here. First time, just go kind of normal, hit the other side a little bit, just strengthen out. The next round, we're gonna go for speed. So you're gonna pull it up, put it down as fast as you can. So that's the first one. I always like to partner the slower version with the faster version to make sure we're ramping it up. Number two, we're going some pull hip splits, as we call them. So I love this exercise to open up the hips, get one working as the other one's kind of in a more stationary. Like I said, with the lying leg raises, opens it up. It's really great for stuff like sprinting, a lot of sports movements, right? Legs are kind of working together, but in separate positions. So you're gonna set up next to a pole. You can even do this on a wall. I just like the pole because it allows this leg to kind of work behind. So you're gonna be here. One leg remains in contact with the pole the entire time. Okay, you're gonna be here. You're gonna push up, let that other leg come overhead. So this foot's in contact the entire time, but as you can see in this position, obviously my legs are split. So it's allowing the hips to open up. It's allowing the legs to work differently from each other. You get a lot of like hamstring in there as well. Glute activation. Don't just hold yourself up just to hold yourself up. I'm firing my butt as hard as I can in that top position, especially through this leg right here on the pole. Number three, we're going a hip bridge with a single leg raise. So as you can see, these ones are all relatively similar, but for this one, the key is glute activation. So we're gonna be on the ground again. We're gonna be here. First things first, we're gonna get into a hip bridge. So I'm driving through my heels. My hips are staying as high as they can. I'm firing my butt. One leg straightens out and I'm going a leg raise just like this. So the key is to not let your hips drop, right? I don't wanna be here. I wanna stay high the entire time. Squeeze your core. Like I said, I'm really squeezing my glutes right now to not let them drop. And then we're gonna hit the other side. So fire up the posterior chain, work the hips. My hair gets caught on the turf. Work the hips in unison with everything else, right? We want things firing together and we wanna allow our posterior chain to be rapidly contracted as other parts are relaxed, as we're separating our hips. Think of sprinting, right? It's the same thing. So this is a really cool one. Number four, we're doing a bear iso with a crossbody kick. So I've just introduced this one to some of our athletes and it's quickly become one of my favorite exercises, one of their least favorite exercises. But we're starting off in a bear position, right? So right here, okay, knees kind of off the floor, or they are off the floor, slightly off the floor. Right here, I don't want to be rounded. Pull my shoulders back. My core is really tight. The cue I give to our clients, pretend someone's about to kick you in the stomach, right? As soon as you have that cue, people immediately tuck. Okay, so you're gonna be right here. With one leg, you're gonna kick, touch the shoulder with the other, or with your hand, and then pull yourself back. So I'm right here. So I'm getting that rotation, and then I'm having to pull myself back. Other side, right like this. Keep your core really tight. As we pull back, I want to get back to that start position, back to that square right here. I'm not staying here. My hips aren't open, right? I'm right here the entire time. So have that control to pull yourself back, the trunk control, the pelvic strength. This works mobility as well. Being able to open up, twist, to get that hip right here, right? Kind of calls on the hip flexors a little bit, all strengthening right here. All right, we are getting a little bit more dynamic now. I'm like actually tired from filming this video. We're going C skips. So you see us do A skips a lot right here. So we're keeping it pretty casual for this one. We're not going full like speed style, right? Or like going for sprint stuff. We're keeping it cash. We're focusing more on the hip mobility for this. So for the C skip, right, we start off right here. So the focus here is I want those hips up. Don't cut it short. Like I said, we're going for mobility. Boom, pop it up, pull it up. The C part, right? So we're gonna be up, and then we're gonna be out right here. Okay, I guess I should probably face you. So we're gonna be here, and then out right here. So as you're going, feel that hip flexor. Feel that hip flexor fire. Feel that glute engage, right? As I'm here, I'm squeezing my butt. My butt is helping pull my leg, right? That external rotation, I'm getting a lot of that through this right here, okay? So I'm up, I'm out. I still want this high, right? I don't wanna just keep it small. We're trying to build the mobility to be able to open up the hips, okay? So I like to just start off with a hop just so people can get the hang of it, but then you're gonna be here, right? So you see how high it is? Every single time, get that hip to open up, get that glute to fire. Okay, I'm tired. Another one I love to do, I guess we're going back to the floor. Hip bridge marches, very similar to the others. That same idea of glute activation, hip mobility, working our legs differently. This one's similar to the hip bridge with a single leg raise. However, now we're getting both sides at the same time. So I'm gonna be here, hips stay high, drive those things up. One side, we're coming here. So notice I keep that triple flexion, right, that 90-90. Put it back down, other side pops up. So the goal, once again, don't let those hips drop, fire up your glutes, be able to turn one on while the other one, while still on, but it's not as activated because it's not really helping hold you up, right? But that leg down is really holding you up. Be able to use that hip to open it up, to pull that leg, have the strength to pull that leg up while keeping your position, right? When we look at sprinting, a lot of it is obviously here. So do you have that strength? That leg that's down, I want that glute firing as you're putting it into the ground. Force right here all the way through your toe. So I want glute activation while this one has the ability to be here. Maintain that triple flexion. As we put it down, this glute firing as hard as we can while we pull the other side up. It's just that repetitive nature. So this exercise is great to train that. Number 7, we're going glute activation on the wall. So we're pretty much gonna have one hand on the wall. One side right here, we're gonna pull it up, our hip up, okay? Keep it high as you can. Triple flexion, I don't want to be here. We need to be strong our entire length. That includes our foot and ankle. You guys know how much I love foot and ankle strength. From here, I'm gonna pull my hip back like that. I want to keep this high, right? I don't wanna be here. Let your hip work. I'm firing up the side of my glute as much as I can. I'm gonna kick out, really firing right here, and then I'm gonna bring it back in that exact position. Up, bring out, hold it high, kick it back. Don't let it drop as you kick it. Bring it back. This glute's gonna tense up, that stationary stabilizer one right there, and then you're really working that hip as we go. We're going a front foot elevated reverse lunge. This is a fantastic option, really targets the glutes. We're gonna start up here. Ooh, almost fell. We're gonna lunge back, get in that deep position, and then stand tall. Okay, so we're opening up those hips, working those hips in that deep range of motion, firing up the glute to stand tall, working those knees a little bit, right? So not much to this one. Keep it like your normal reverse lunge. Drive off that front. Don't let the front knee cave in, right? Keep it locked out. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy these. If you do, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.